Hi, this is Keanu Ebanks, and you listen to That American Football Show with Adam and Craig.
Welcome to That American Football Show, powered by EP Sports. EP Sports is the top supplier in the UK for all your American football needs, helping players and coaches reach their potential since 2007. Check them out at epsports.co.uk. Today we have another guest from the European League of Football joining us for our Elf Baller series, Keanu Ebanks, who played at University of Hull, not Hell.
Jesus, it was a bit like hell.
Played in the GFL and now, of course, with the current Hamburg Sea Devils. Thank you for coming on the show, mate. We're really excited.
It's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So let's just get straight into it. Tell us kind of how you start with American football. Were you interested in it before uni? Because me and Craig, we got into it at uni level. Where have you played so far?
So I guess I really started watching Super Bowls in like 7, 8. Because my mom used to live in the States in New Jersey, so I ended up watching a lot of American football when I went to go visit her. And then by 2010, 11, I knew I wanted to play. It was just a case of finding a place to play. And I actually started playing at University of Hull. Played there for 4 years. Then I went to the Hildesheim Invaders in 2018, played there for 2 years. Then the Stockholm Mean Machines in Stockholm. And right now with Hamburg Sea Devils, catch the wave.
Have you always played offensive line? Have you, or have you ever?
I started out playing left guard, and then in my second year, I actually played defensive end and left tackle.
Okay.
And I played both sides of the ball for 3 years actually, and even in senior league, ended up playing both sides of the ball quite a lot.
So you've dabbled in the dark side a little bit then.
I mean, defensive end is a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but left tackle is where I'm at and where I love, but defensive end is a lot of fun also.
Yeah, so speaking to Jay Jackson from the Surge, he's a bit of a flip. He started in offensive line and went defensive, and he was like, it really helps you out because you know what you're playing against. Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. Like you understand things, understand how people use their hands, how they move their bodies, how they move the hips, the feet. It's a lot easier to understand like hand placement stuff when you know exactly what people want to do, and especially on stunts as well. Like you recognize stunts a lot quicker because I used to run the same things.
So being a defensive line coach myself and playing defensive line in the past, I've got there's a few parts to this question. So what drew you first to play in line, and what are the intricacies that not many people sort of know about, and like what you pride yourself most on?
I'm playing offensive line or defensive line?
Offensive line.
Offensive line. Sorry, can you ask the questions again?
Yeah, so I'll start with the first part. What drew you to play an offensive line?
I just like the contact, to be honest. The physical side of football is really what makes me love it, to be honest. Hitting people is what it's all about, and I don't really care about carrying a ball. Touchdowns. That's cool, but I want to smack someone in the mouth and let them know where I'm coming from.
And what are the intricacies you think that like sort of not many people know about that make line a lot of fun and make a good lineman?
Good feet and hips is probably the most important part. If you got strong feet, strong hips, and you can move, that's probably the most important part. I'd say about 70% of blocking is done with the feet and hips, and the hands and the extra 30%. To be honest, if you can move, you can play line, especially out the tackle spot.
What part of your game do you pride yourself most on?
I know it's hard. I'm a pretty good finisher. I'm pretty good at putting guys on the ground throughout the last couple of years. But I think my pass protection, my footwork has got a lot better this year. And last couple of years, I haven't allowed one sack in 2 seasons now.
Ooh.
So yeah, hopefully, and that was last week. So hopefully I can go rest of the season without allowing a sack and no more pressures, and that would be really good for me, honestly.
I think we can all appreciate a good pancake block.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's a lot of fun putting guys on the ground.
How do you feel about the level of football you've played in the EFL compared to the standard in the UK and in Germany?
The ELF. That's a good question, actually. Compared to England, it's much higher level England. Straight off the bat, obviously, you go against the best of the best in Europe right now. Like the gauntlet of pass rushers I faced is actually quite crazy. Like D1 guys, D2 guys who win the NFL pathway program, guys who win the NFL International Combine. Oh, everybody who I played against could have played D1 at least. So it's a lot of good players. So it's definitely high standard than England, and compared to GFL, it's similar level, like a similar level of the top teams. But I think there's a bit more parity right now between the teams, whereas in GFL it's really top heavy.
I'm interested because now you've brought up the pass rushers, because right now I'd say that there's not too many big names on the pass rushing side compared when you look at like receivers and cornerbacks that are all making names for themselves. Who's maybe the toughest guy you've had to play against so far in the EFL?
In the ELF, I don't want to say it because I don't want to give him the thingy. But
okay,
I mean, we have Kasim Edabali on our team, who's in the league for 8 years. Jan Bombeck was played at Colorado for 4 years, and they're both on my team, so they're really good guys to get to practice against before they were hurt. But the best rusher, it's got to be Kyle Kitchens, 45 for Leipzig. He's strong and fast, and he has some good technique. So I think he's the best right now, and he's actually the sack leader, tied sack leader right now. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, he had a big game the other week.
4 sacks, right?
Yeah, man. And we're getting him on the show in a couple of weeks as well. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If he watches this, I'm gonna hold you out. Don't worry, Kyle. He's not gonna get sacked against me. He's like, because I know every person who's ever got a sack against me in my career, and he was one in 2019.
He's in high company then.
Yeah, very good player.
And so, tell us about your experiences with the CFL Combine, both in 2020 and then the virtual one in 21.
I mean, first of all, very professional. It was down in Bristol. No, where was it? It was Bristol. Yeah, so I went down the night before, I stayed in the hotel. I mean, it was a great experience. Got to meet some good coaches, some good scouts. Got to do all the tests, measurables. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, the NFL Combine was also like very similar, but that was like a weekend thing, the international one in Cologne. And the global thing was very, very different because I was actually in Stockholm still. I decided to stay and sort of work out, and because the gyms weren't open in England at the time. So that was tough because winters in Sweden, nothing to mess with, to be honest. So it was cold, a lot of snow. I was having to travel to like another city to use their facilities, so I could use an indoor facility, so I could do like sprints and all the different measurable stuff. Because outside was just a no-go. So that getting ready for that was definitely a story. And I don't know if I say it was fun, but it was a lot of hard work, and it was. I think I did pretty well for myself. And it's just tough with it being virtual, like, because you have to tie everything yourself, and then you got a guy's hand timing you because obviously you don't have lasers, so it's different, definitely, to a proper like combine.
And has this season going with it being like the first ELF season, like, has it met your expectations from what you expected going into it?
I mean, it's even bigger. Like, I didn't realize how big it would get. I thought, okay, it's going to be similar to the GFL, but I feel like we've dwarfed the GFL kind of and made them like the little brother to the ELF now. Like, we're on TV, like we get treated like pros. Like, this is the best like living situation as import that I've ever had, honestly. And I played in a few different teams.
Yeah, that seems to be the impression we're getting. That just like you said, the media coverage is hundreds of thousands of people are watching every week, which is just nuts.
Yeah, stadiums are packed. Being on TV, like I think Hamburg have been on TV like 6 times, and I don't think a lot of other teams are happy about that. But yeah, and just the level of play and getting to travel. Like I've been to Spain, Poland this year. Next year, when there's more teams, we'll see what happens.
Are there any cities that you're hoping to get a team to go and visit?
Where have I not been? I've not been to Austria yet. So that'd be nice.
Pretty likely, yeah.
It seems to be a common one that pops up at the moment.
I mean, they got two of the best teams in Europe there, so I'm not surprised. Like Swarco, Vienna, the big boys up there. So I won't be surprised if one of those suddenly had a team. Where else would I like to go? I don't know, somewhere in France, maybe a Paris team. A London team would be cool, but I don't know how that would work, to be honest.
Yeah, we were talking about like just the logistics of actually having people live in London. Just from an import perspective, it's going to be so expensive.
I mean, it would be expensive. You'd have to have a mega rich owner. But I mean, they get it done in Frankfurt, in Hamburg, in other places. So I mean, I don't see it's definitely not impossible. Do you know what I mean? But they would have to then pay all the English guys as well.
Yeah.
And then who would be the head coach? And I feel like there's a lot of politics in English football. So it's guys are going to want their guys, even though there might be someone better. I don't know. Who might say? I don't know.
So, I mean, speaking of different European players, there's obviously quite a lot of multinational players in the league. Americans, Japanese, kind of obviously a lot of Europeans.
Brazilians, yeah.
Is there any one in particular like that you played with? Anyone you're looking forward to playing that you kind of heard about?
I mean, we've played all the teams once already, so I feel like I have a good feel how everybody plays. Let me think. Who we got left? We got Poland. So I play against number 94 next week, Carlos Browns. He's from Latvia. He's a great player. So that'll be fun. And I played with him in Hildesheim in 19. Good guy. And then the final game is Leipzig, so I get to play against Kyle, Vincent. I think his name's Aslan, the nose tackle. He's really good. He's Swedish. So I mean, there's players from France, Sweden, Latvia. So there's so much good European talent here. It's actually insane.
So we touched on it a little bit before. Are you surprised by just how well the ELF has taken off with fans?
I am actually. I didn't think it would be this big. I didn't think the response would be this insane, honestly. I mean, like the All-Star voting was broken within the first day. We had 50,000 votes within like a couple hours, and the thing just broke down. So I didn't think we'd have like 1 million people watching on TV. That's CFL numbers, do you know what I mean? / maybe NFL preseason numbers or something. But 1 million people watching a football game in Europe is like unprecedented in like my lifetime, I think. Maybe nothing since the NFL Europe.
Yeah, definitely a big step for European football. And so in your career so far, what is the moment or moments that you're most proud of?
Moments I'm most proud of? Definitely firstly get invited to making way to Germany and playing in Europe, because that was the goal, actually, to go play in Europe. That's all I ever wanted to do. Was to play in Europe, and then to go to Germany, like the best league in Europe, straight away was huge for me. What I feel was the best league in Europe at the time, GFL. To get invited to NFL Combine and the CFL Combine was big. Just for, I mean, it's NFL, CFL, do you know what I mean? It's fucking huge. Guy from Leeds played at Holders and think, okay, these opportunities are available. What else? I mean, I was really proud of Hildesheim in 2019. In 2018 we went 4-10, and we were like one of the worst teams in the league. And the year after we switched it around and we got some new talent, and we ended up going to the playoffs for the first time ever. That was really big. Stockholm went to the final last year. Unfortunately, lost to Karlstad, and obviously this year we're 7-1, home field advantage with 2 games left to play. Do you know what I mean? It's huge.
Looking good, yeah.
It's actually crazy. So yeah, I mean, I'm proud of quite a few things, team and myself, actually.
And so in to kind of tie along with that as well, who are your role models from maybe the past, people you look up to? Are there any players like in the NFL or around the league you really look up to?
My coach, Garrett Meister from 2019, he was a big influence on me learning the position of offensive tackle. Like before that, I was just kind of getting by just by myself and just getting in the way of people, essentially. But he taught me how to really block. He's one of the biggest influences. My coach is from Hull, Gaz Wild, Paul Weston. Really big influences. My head coach here, my O-line coaches here are very good. In the league, Trent Williams is probably my favorite tackle because he's just so nasty. And he's just so excellent in both run and passing. And he's a great athlete, and just it's insane watching his film. His play strength is on another level.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. We've had to watch him for a long time at Washington.
Yeah, he's insane. He's the best tackle in the league right now.
Up for debate.
I mean, who would you say is better, Armstead or Stanley or something?
Yeah, Ronnie Stanley's definitely up there.
You know what? I thought about putting my Stanley jersey up. I should have just thought of it.
I mean, you have a Stanley jersey?
I do. I've got a signed one. Yeah, I've got fortunate enough to have a Lewis, a Stanley, and a what's the other one? A Mark Ingram one.
Oh. What do you think? Who do you think then? When you say Stanley is the best?
Well, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit biased there, aren't I? Being a Ravens fan, like.
Kind of like rattle through. Oh, Dave Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari is very good, but Bakhtiari was hurt last season.
Yeah, so was Ronnie.
Stanley, yeah. So. Yeah,
I mean, Trent Wilson's definitely up there with the best. I wouldn't deny that.
For me, I think he's the best. Just his game is crazy. He's so strong. Oh my god.
So we have a question for you from Cadell King.
Sorry. that's my boy. Shout out to Cadell. Get healthy soon, man.
Do they pay you extra for all the holding penalties you get away with?
They do actually. Every time I don't get a hold, I get an extra €10, and I get an extra meal from Hooters. So so yes. He is so salty, man, because he lost that first game. He is actually so. But shout out to Cadell, man. That's my boy.
We got another question from Jadrian Clark.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Not as bad. He says, "What's your favorite Jamaican dish?"
My favorite Jamaican dish is jerk chicken and rice and peas with some dumplings.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. Probably my favorite.
Okay.
That or curry goat.
Curried coke.
Curry goat.
All right. Yeah, makes more sense.
Yeah. Not curry coke. I don't know if that's a. Yeah.
And so, final questions. We've asked every player so far. It's just a little bit of fun. You're on a desert island for 12 months, and you get to bring one of each of the following. What's the one meal you're bringing with you?
One meal. Let me make some jerk chicken with me. Yeah, rice and peas. Let's go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting all the food groups in there.
Yeah, rice and peas, jerk chicken. That's all you need. Rice and chicken. That's it.
You get to bring one musical album.
One musical album. That's tough. Come back to me with that one. That's a thinker.
You're going to bring one celebrity with you. They can be from the past.
One celebrity. I'd probably bring Dave Chappelle. And he'd just make jokes the entire time.
Yeah.
And have a good time. Yeah. Keep me mentally sane for the year.
You get to watch one sports team.
I'm a New York Giants fan, so it wouldn't be the New York Giants. Definitely not. I'd probably watch Alabama.
Alabama, okay. You're a big college ball guy then.
Yeah, roll tide, baby.
And apart from water, you get to bring one drink with you.
One drink. Probably, it's going to sound so boring when I say this, like some electrolyte drink, just so I'm actually hydrated. That sounds so boring, right? Like Gatorade, that sounds so trash. Nah, I'm going to bring some Mezzomix. It's like, you know what, guys, what Mezzomix is?
Milo.
Mezzomix is like Coke and Fanta mixed. It's like a German thing.
Okay.
It's actually really, really good. It's a Mezzomix.
Okay, have you picked your album there?
I'm thinking either Michael Jackson Thriller, because it's just bangers back to back, or like Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay, a bit later Kanye then.
Yeah, maybe it's tough.
And so, I mean, that's it, Keanu. Thank you so much for doing an interview and answering all our questions. Is there anything you want to shout out? Any people you want to talk about?
I mean, I feel like I shout out everybody during this part anyway already. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my dad, shout out to my girlfriend, still putting up with me, even though I've been playing football in different countries the last 4 years. Shout out to my family, shout out to my friends. You know, just basic.
And is there any social medias that our guys can find you on?
At BigKey65 on Instagram, and wait, what's my Twitter again? Is it at Ebanks Keanu? I think.
Either way, we'll make sure they're in the comments. So if
Appreciate
you want
it, man.
to follow, they're going to be there. As always, you can find us on our social medias, which are Craig.
Yeah, so on Instagram and Twitter, we are TAFS_UK, or on Facebook or YouTube, just type in That American Football Show and we'll pop up for you.
Please let us know who you want us to talk to next. Leave us feedback, leave us comments. Keanu, again, thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate it. Wish you nothing but success for the rest of the season. And obviously, hope we see you over there in Dusseldorf for the finals.
We'll see you in Dusseldorf, don't worry.
Congratulations, by the way, making playoffs.
I know, man. It's actually crazy. Like, it feels like I was just yesterday, I was in Stockholm getting ready to come over, and now we're at home playoffs. We get to play Poland again this Sunday, and then Leipzig, and then whoever wins out between them. It's actually exciting now because it's like a race.
Yeah,
it's still open. The playoffs, the second seed in both divisions, divisions is wide open still. So I'm excited to see who works the way to second seed, so we can beat them and then go play go play Dusseldorf.
Is there anybody you're hoping to get through? You'd like to play again?
Nah, bring whoever already.
Fair.
Yeah.
His mind, yeah. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening. Make sure you do head over and check out our friends at EP Sports for all your NFL and equipment needs, and we'll see you all